Beyond Meat is going to the moon. Today's October 20th, 2025, and here are my current positions on Beyond Meat. I was actually in it from its lowest, essentially around zero point 0.6. It bottomed out at about 0.5, and now I'm in pretty heavy with calls as well as shares. I'm still bullish. I don't know if we're going to be green tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be a nice retrace and profit taking, but I am bullish at least through the end of the year, and I'll tell you why. First, let's start with the chart. Here I'm on the 4-hour chart in TradingView on Beyond Meat. The reason why I like this stock right now is because of the following. Look at how shorted it's been. Like there's a huge short, and lots of selling, with good reason. I mean, look, it had terrible earnings, just garbage earnings, and they were losing money hand over fist. So much debt. Huge short right here, another huge short right here. Like just ignoring the company financials for now, you could say that we're at least going to retrace this short right here because they just had a big catalyst in the news. They did some debt restructuring, and when they did their debt restructuring, it was around here, and we bottomed out right here. So here's the news. Everyone thought it was, bearish. So the shorts came in, people were selling. But in reality, there's some fancy accounting tricks that we'll ask ChatGPT about to summarize for us. But the main thing is we bottomed out. There was so much volume. In my trading journal videos, I mentioned this, but just more volume than ever. I mean, usually we see 100,000 every 4 hours. Now we're seeing millions, and today we're 36 million in 4 hours on what used to be a penny stock. That's insane. Real quick though, what could happen in the next day or two? Well, with a short squeeze like this, I'm really leaning on the EMAs. I'm on the 4-hour chart. What I want to see with a short squeeze, I want to see us get all the way back up here, but anything could happen here. So we kind of, let me switch to the 1-hour chart. We kind of reached a plateau, a resistance line around 1.5. I believe the reason for that, and I actually had this marked on my chart, is because 1.5 is a psychological level. As well, it's about the halfway point on this big red short. If we were to make it past this, I think that increases the odds of us going beyond this, or at least to this red candle, to retrace past this big short. So what could happen tomorrow? Who knows? But I'm going to guess if we do break out of 1.5, it'll be soon, and then we should get to about this level. I have it marked to right where the first short was, and then we might fade a bit here. And if we are to go up further, which who knows if that's going to happen, then we'll eventually get to the second short plateau here, which is around 2.8. So if we reach 2.8, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's the next big short of the short squeeze. So at every step of the way, this could just go right back down, right back down, right back down. Who knows? But why am I bullish at least until the end of the year? Where's the end of the year? Let's go all the way out here to December. So I'm probably not going to sell until close to the end of the year, at least to right. Oh, this is November. Let me get let me get this straight here. December, right somewhere over here. I don't know why it's not telling me exactly where the end is, but it'll be somewhere over here. It'll be further. Come on. January, yeah, right about here. That's the end of the year. This might be where I start thinking about really selling. And the reason for that is, let's go over here, just have ChatGPT summarize the news. Debt restructuring and share dilution. Yeah, they issued a lot of new shares, and that all occurred, and you can see it in the chart very clearly, right at the bottom at 0.5. At 0.5 here, let's take a look. That's when we had millions of shares being traded every 4 hours, when previously we had, 10,000, 11,000, 100,000. Yeah, so pretty clear that that's a big support level. We got Reddit on it. You know, sure, there's dilution fears, but here's the main thing: the debt restructuring buys time. They don't have to solve their debt issues this year. It buys them until 2026. They do have some ambitious goals and lofty goals to hit to become profitable in 2026. But if they even get close, they're going to be uh, looking like Carvana potentially. And what did Carvana do? Well, let's take a look. Right now it's trading at 336, but you look at the weekly, Carvana used to be almost like a penny stock, $4 right in this range. And you saw it did some debt restructuring down here, and it went just parabolic from there, like full cup and handle. And so will Beyond Meat retrace to its all-time highs? I mean, I have no idea. Nobody really knows. But I do know that I'm in early, and I'm happy with that. And we'll see how the end of the year goes for them. Now, why did this work for Carvana? Basically, it had huge debt, massive losses. Sounds exactly like Beyond Meat. Um, they're exchanging that debt for huge equity. They got in early at 0.5. I mean, they're already making money on this. So are they going to try to meme their own stock? Hell yeah, I would. So I asked ChatGPT, is it bullish? Well, the main thing is they're not going to be bankrupt this year. If they were at risk of bankruptcy, that'd be a different story. They could go to zero, but there's no way I'm shorting this right now. Um, yeah, there is obviously a bearish view. The short squeeze could be temporary. Um, and yeah, their sales are absolute garbage. But we'll see. I'm not sure, but based on all of this, I'm bullish, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. And honestly, the rest of the year.